Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we are headed back to the world of Last Epoch. No battling today, but I am going to do an introduction to crafting, because this ARPG has a very interesting crafting mechanic. I'm going to take you through what crafting resources are in the game. I'm going to take you through what level of items are available. We'll talk about what you can craft and how to craft it. And we're going to start with the actual crafting resources. So in here, I've put some of them in my stash. And believe it or not, this isn't even close to all of them. I just threw in something kind of pretty that kind of represents how many different things there are. Now these all are called shards, okay? And they look like this, this, and this. And there's, I mean, I can't even tell you how many shards in the game. Countless, okay? That's probably not true. Someone's probably counted them all. And then, so you have these shards that all do different things. Then you have 4 different runes. Of course, they all do something different, and we'll talk about it. And then you have 2 glyphs, which are these little scrolls. Now, this is very embarrassing, but the first 5 or 6 days that I played this game, I literally organized all of these crafting materials into my stash because I didn't know what any of them did. This game does something that every ARPG game should do in the future. It should auto-sort all of your crafting materials, which a very nice person in the comment section told me I needed to do. Down here on your inventory, see this little button? Store crafting materials. You don't need to sort them yourself in your stash because the game does it for you. By clicking this button, you ready for this? Gone. All of these items just got sorted and I don't have to worry about it, and it's all stored right here under this tab under crafting items. I mean, it's just so funny. I play so many different games that when I logged in, I just immediately started playing, getting into the story, and I didn't even take the time to look at all the different tabs and buttons. Also, when you're picking up items in the game, you could hit the sort items and it sorts them so you could create more space. Anyways, that is how you store your crafting items, and that's what the different items look like. Now let's talk rarity of items and what you can actually craft in this game. Now I've kind of got it set, I've got it set up here in my stash. You've got your common, then you have your magic, rare, then you've got your unique, which gives you a nice beam in the air, set, which is green, and then we'll keep moving. You have idols, crafting material, and you have arena key. And every single one is a different color. It might be kind of hard to see on here. Now I'm going to tell you a setting that does not come clicked that you want to click in this game. Okay, so you see all these items? They're all on the ground. Okay. Escape, settings, item, ground, label, affix, indicators. You want that. Click. Okay. Now you see how these little items have dots next to them? I guess, well, this one has a dot here. This one has dots. This has dots. Okay? Now we're going to talk about what those dots mean. The dots on the left are your prefix. On the dots on the right are your suffix. You're probably wondering, what in the heck does that mean? I'm going to explain it to you. Now I'm quickly going to explain what implicit stats are in Last Epoch. Every single item in the game has 2 set stats on it. And you'll kind of memorize them as you start playing. The best way to explain this is in the Gambler. So for example, this sword will always have melee physical damage and melee void damage on it, and it will always roll within a range. This wand will always have a base attack rate and adaptive spell damage. This axe will always have melee physical damage and critical strike chance. This, this catalyst will always give ward per second and intelligence. So as it goes on, you'll kind of find out what implicit stats you want on the items you have. For example, these boots that I wear, one of its implicit stats is ward retention. Since I'm working on my ward right now, I know I always want these blue boots because they will always roll with ward retention on it. So 2 implicit stats. Okay? Now, let's talk about runes. So you hit F. You are now in your forge. This is where you are going to do all of your crafting. And like I said earlier, there's lots of different shards. Look how many there are. Look, I'm scrolling as fast as I can. Come on, go, 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 go. I really haven't been playing this game that long, and I have almost 1,500 shards and all these different runes and glyphs, okay? So what do runes do? Well, I will show you. Let's say you really like this item. You like its 2 implicit stats. It's got 39 armor and 31% increased spell damage. Wow. This item is great. I want to start from scratch with those 2 implicit stats. Oh, no problem. You can do that. You can use a rune of cleansing. Throw it right here in the modifier. Forge. Boom. You can now add the 2 prefixes and the 2 suffixes you want to this item and keep both implicit stats. So that's what that one does. Okay? Now let's say you want to completely re-roll the prefixes and suffixes on here. So let's say, oh, you know, like so on here it says 57% increased minion, 29, 62, 21. I want to re-roll those for a different chance. You can do that with the refinement rune. When you put that in there and hit refine, it completely changed them all. And it was a much worse roll. So that's kind of like, you know, that's one where you're doing a little bit of gambling. And then on here, let's say that this item, oh, you know, this item sucks. I want to just get rid of it. Actually, let's not use that item. Let's use this one. Oh, I want to shatter it because this item sucks. So you're going, and this item isn't doing what you want it to do. You could shatter it and get back some of your resource material. So I shattered it and got 2 shards. And on the last one, this is also a gambling one. You can remove a random affix, okay? Put this in here. Let's say you have every single item or every single suffix and prefix perfect, and you want to remove one that you don't like. You can use the removal. No, get out of here, shattering. And let's say we don't want chance to apply damned on hit. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Nope. We lost whatever that was right there. So now it's gone. So you can add another one. Okay? So those are the 4 runes. What you're going to use more often than not is shattering. Because if you're crafting an item and it goes wrong, you're literally just going to shatter the item and start with your next item. And if you find an item that rolls with perfect affixes, you're going to use a lot of cleansing. So those are the 4 runes. The time has come to craft an item from 0 to potential endgame. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And we're going to do that with these arcane boots. Okay? They're rare. It rolled with 1 prefix, 2 suffixes, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. Okay? Now, we're going to use a cleansing rune to go ahead and knock this all the way back down to common. Okay? Now, every time you modify an item, it adds instability. And you never want your instability to get high. So what you are going to use is a glyph of stability. And you put that right there in this support spot. Now, when you do that, take a look at what it says. Do you see the very bottom? It's switching from 2 to 8. Okay? So all that's doing is adding less instability. It's keeping the item more stable. Okay, so you want to use that when you can. Put that in there. Boots, rune of cleansing, 92% chance. Let's see if we get it. Okay, cool. We are now back to 0. Okay, now what I get to do is I get to pick what items or what affixes I want on here. Now this character is minion, so let's start with minion. Prefix, minion health. I of course have to have that. Now there is a 93% chance I will be able to add minion health to this item. And again, I want to continue to keep my instability as low as possible. So let's see if we get minion health. 93% chance, go. Minion health added, tier 1. Okay, we are rolling. Now what do I need? I need elemental protection. All right, which is a suffix. Click. Same thing, 91% chance. Now, if I wanted this to be 100% chance, I could take this I could take out the glyph of instability, and then you would use your second glyph, which is the glyph of the guardian, which you're actually going to use more often. When you put this in here, it adds to 100%, but it adds 5% instability to the item. So do we want 100% chance 5 instability, or do we want 91% chance with 2 to 5 instability? Do we take the gamble? I'm a gambler. 91% chance of added elemental protection. Boom. Okay, it worked. So now we have elemental protection on here. Let's see, what else do I want? They're boots. I need to be able to run fast. Speed. Movement speed, which is a suffix. Okay, I only have 4 of these, but we're going to use them. Now on here we're down to an 86% chance of getting movement speed on there. Starting to get a little lower. So now I'm going to put it 100% chance. Boom. We now have movement speed. So now we have one last prefix that we can put on this item. Let's see, what do I want? Let's go intelligence. Okay, I want intelligence on here, which is a prefix, and that will finish up our 4th spot. So again, with a glyph of the Guardian, it's going to be 100% chance, 81% chance without it. So I'm going to put it in there, and we are good. We now have all 4 successfully on there, and when you look at the item, 27% increased minion health, 1 to intelligence, 22 to elemental protection, and 7% movement speed. But all of these items, if you look at it, are tier 1. Now you can get each one as high as tier 1 all the way up to tier 5. So if this was truly going to be an endgame item, it would need to have all 4 of the items you want at tier 5. So let's keep progressing and see if we can push it up. Now since we are on intelligence right now, and it's already in here, I'm just going to keep going. Intelligence is now tier 2. Let's go one more, try to get it to tier 3. Okay, so now it's up to tier 3, and when you look at the item, intelligence is now at +4. Let's go to minion. Minion health. Okay, keep that in there, 86% chance. Okay, so now we got a minor fracture. When that happens, that means this item is still completely usable. Okay, so you can put it onto your character and use it, but you cannot modify it anymore. Okay, so if it was damaged further than that, it can kill the item. So it could take it, let's say these were all tier 4, and then it got like super damaged, it could take them down to tier 1, or it could just completely kill the item. But the item is still usable if you wanted to use it. And that is how you craft. Sometimes you get lucky and you can get them all to tier 3, tier 4. I've got a couple items on here. I think I got to tier 5. This one I got to tier 4 on one. This one got to 2 tier 4s. Oh, this one I could still keep going. I thought I had one that I got to tier 5. Tier 5. Elemental protection, tier 5. And then on increased fire damage, it finally minor shattered. So on here, 264% or plus 264 to elemental protection. So that's kind of how crafting works. You've got all your prefixes and suffixes, and you pick what you want. And then sometimes you just get lucky and it drops on the ground good, and you just need to modify those items. So on here, if you just take a random one, like this one, I haven't done any modification, and it dropped tier 1, tier 3, tier 3, tier 3. So every once in a while you get lucky and it already drops with high tiers. But that is the introduction, and it's probably more, that might be a little more advanced into crafting, but that should break down everything for you so you can start creating gear for yourself. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We now have over 150 members, good conversation every day. The idea is to create a group of people that could jump from game to game together so you never start a game alone. Last Epoch. I am playing a lot of Last Epoch because this game is so fun, and I am waiting for Wolcen Second Dawn to see what they are going to give us. That's it today. Stay home, stay safe, don't forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron, out.